no introduction. He's going to say what he does, because to me, he's just God's gift to art. Good morning, Blinky.
So good morning. How you
You're
doing?
God's gift to art. That's the perfect intro I had for you.
Man,
because you do a lot of things.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Talk to us.
Asante Brian Aseli on your telly.
Yo, you need to make a song.
Yeah. Quick, fast, twende. Yeah, tell me, man.
Binko Fresh.
Yeah.
For those who don't know you, probably a slight intro. I didn't want to jinx it for them. Yeah.
I'm an artist, producer, musician, singer, songwriter, rapper, DJ, photographer. I've been making music here for a while. And so if you don't know me, you probably have heard some of my music somewhere. So, Siogope.
So I'm your fan from day one. I'm talking Just a Band.
Just a Band.
I'm talking about the most viral video of those days, you know, like the videos that we played and we were like, yo, are these guys even Kenyan in the first place? Just talk to us about your creative process, because it's not easy to create. Yeah. And just touch on how it all started.
Yeah, with Just a Band. It was like a group of friends who we all lived and born in Nairobi, but we just wanted to create the art that we didn't see existing here. So it's like, it wasn't even a long thing, you know. We were just having fun with it. And then we made 3 really great albums that I'm very proud of them. And then I eventually started doing my solo work as an artist, as Blinky. And yeah, it's just been a great experience. That I've never regretted the decision to be an artist. It's like, and everything that I've made, I can stand behind and tell you this was the logic why I did this. Not that I have to explain, but yeah.
To you, creation is just innate.
Yeah.
Like, it's just something that you do.
Yeah.
But it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's
so
not
most people
easy.
often think that this guy just did this song, it's funny, or it's easy.
Yeah.
He just spoke some Swahili and a lot of English in it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to know, like, when you meet creatives, how do you know that this one is going to be a collabo? How do you know that we are gelling as artists? How do you know that this is going to be a long-term project, or this is just a song? Yeah.
I think it's more, I was telling someone that the song tells me. So you have to be very open in that sense for this. When the song says, okay, this is what we need, and this is the approach we need for this. So I remember we did a song with Octopizzo called Kibanda, and I asked him, what do you want to talk about on this song? I said, Kibanda. They were like, okay. And it's like, we went in and just wrote in that way. I just worked. And then a song like Hahe, for example, again, Musyoka came to me with the beat, and I didn't even generally write that song. I wrote, like I was just walking and writing. Yeah, so for me it's always as an artist, and I think a lot of artists are very sensitive people, and the sensitivity is important because you let, I consider myself a vessel or a channel, so it's like you tune in and then the message comes through you. Yeah.
One interesting thing is that every time you come here, we talk albums. Yeah. And I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm one of the lucky ones who gets a chance to interview you right before a project
or just right after.
Right after.
Yeah.
When I interviewed you in 2018, it was in a different show, Youth Cafe. You can catch it tonight, by the way.
Catch it.
Catch it. But it was really interesting.
Yeah.
2018, you just gone solo, right?
No, I'd been solo for a while, but that was like my first proper definitive album. It's called Everyone's Just Winging It and Other Fly Tales, which is a mouthful for a lot of people. But kama msanii lazima pia saa zingine ufanye watu washike words, kuwe na vocabulary kubwa. Msamiati.
It was mouthful, but then the detail in it.
Yeah.
It spoke a lot about you.
Yeah.
You did a tour.
Yeah.
In Europe. Man.
In Europe.
The next time I saw a headline, it was Blinky Bill in France and in the UK. I was like, oh, so it started right here, but then It was disrupted by COVID.
Yeah.
No, in 2018, into 2019, no
2019,
disruptions.
the beginning of 2020.
Okay.
I was in and out. Yeah.
So just talk to us about the pandemic. And now you've told us that there's a new album coming. You told me behind the scenes, that's a scoop for us.
Scoop.
That's a scoop for us. Scoop.
Malisafi.
Chain.
Anyway, then like the pandemic just hit me hard in the sense that I've never imagined life without playing shows. Like if you'd have told me in 2015 that there's gonna be a time where the whole world will shut down and there's no shows, no football, like I'd be like, that's crazy. I've never imagined it. But the flip side has been that it's given me enough time to be able to actually write music and also experiment and dig deep and it's like find ideas that I've always wanted to pull off but haven't been able to pull off. So if you ask me about all my projects, I'm very proud of them. But this new one that's coming, and time will also tell, but I think this is the best project I've ever worked on.
Does it have a name? Is it a mouthful?
No. I decided to tone down on the mouthful. So it's just called We Cut Keys 2.
Say that again?
We Cut Keys 2.
Oh, nice.
So I made an album called
We Cut Keys.
We Cut Keys While You Wait.
I listened to it.
Yeah.
It was really...
Like in 2016, I think.
Yeah. And I love the cover, the artwork and everything. Like you get too deep at times. Because I look at your work and I'm like, it's not easy. This is a new age Picasso.
Art one of Fikiria Sana.
Fikiria Sana. Let's talk a little bit about Kenyan music and how the gatekeepers have decided that this song becomes mainstream and this song is not going to become mainstream. Yet we have great Kenyan music. We've seen the new age music that is gengeton.
Yeah.
And it was more of club bangers.
Yeah.
And there's great artists also working behind the scenes. Manasseh Shalom, we have Lisa Odwor, we have Zinia Manasseh, who are not, we couldn't say half mainstream or mainstream. To us, mainstream is more upbeat music. But just let's have the conversation around that.
I think Kenyan music is changing right in front of our eyes and you can see it, and I'm happy about it because I've always thought that at some point I'd want that the biggest Kenyan song is someone on an acoustic guitar and just a chill song and not kila siku boom boom boom, which is nice, but every so often I want to be surprised by what's the biggest song in Kenya. And I feel like eventually we're going to get there. And I think a lot more artists should take risks and be like, don't do what everyone else has done. Do you. Like make the music that reflects you. Make the music that when we hear it, be like, okay, that person is on their wave. And it's like, those things really interest me. Even just globally, you look at the Kanye West who came in when music was very gangster and changed it to, and because of that boldness, hip-hop just became wider, it's opened up, and now it's changed completely. Yeah.
So it's changing, it's more
changing.
like a morph.
Yeah, it's morphing, and I want more people to just be supportive of Kenyan artists because there's so much talent beyond what's on the surface, and people really need to understand that. And you also can support Gengeton and support someone else who's on the chill wave. It doesn't. I don't feel like people need a one-dimensional that me muskiza tu hii peke yake. It's like.
The Kenyans are notorious for not listening to one genre of music because right now, nobody can stop reggae. Then Amapiano happened, like Amapiano happened and took over. But that's really great. Let's talk about an initiative that you did with Facebook, which became really major, and I enjoyed how they captured your soul because it was basically you having a conversation with me and nobody else. Because it was more of you telling your story. So you're made by Africa, loved by the world. Talk to us about it.
Come a kawaii, come a pro.
I'm a winner, born sinner.
It's an honor that Facebook selected me as one of the 8 creatives I'm part of this group called they were highlighting on this Africa Day campaign. So 5 albums in, having played all around the world, done a lot of amazing things. One of the things I see is still when you look at African music and you think of the successes of Nigeria, for example, and South Africa, Kenyan music is still very underrepresented in the map. All the things that I'm very passionate about doing is to make sure that we blow that ceiling. So when you're talking about African music, Kenya is also represented.
We're back, and I hope you enjoyed it. So just find the details about what that means to you, because it's basically talking about entrepreneurs, major and small businesses as well involved. And Facebook is just trying to put everyone on the map. And you've been on the map, yes? But what does it mean to you? You've already said that it's important for you to... It felt nice to be featured amongst the top 8.
Yeah.
And the selection, I don't know who did the selection. He was...
On point.
On point,
yeah.
True. Sauti Soul in there?
Yeah.
Just talk to us.
There's a South African artist in there called Laduma, and he makes like some really nice... Everyone... And this is the thing. I don't feel like there's so many beautiful stories from the continent, period. And
I love Laduma. He has like the finer details in it. He sued Zara. That is one of the things one of the most notable things for copyright. And for artists, let's talk copyright a little bit. In as much as you're talking about Facebook and partnerships and everything, when do you know that maybe this partnership is not working, or when it's working? How do you know? What are the... what's the green flag?
I think for the most part, like I've not had really bad experiences in terms of copyright, because I've been blessed in that way. And also even when I'll be working, like maybe sampling older Kenyan musicians, like Something for You, Octo, Dunia Ina Mambo, Mighty Cavaliers. For me, it's always like this. I've always felt like these are important stories. I don't even think you guys heard these guys clearly when they made this. So for me as a producer, it's more like rewind selector, just so that we amplify the voices that have gone before us. Because every other culture understands that. So that's why Puff Daddy would be sampling their old hits from back in the day, because
Kanye
it's like
is notorious for sampling.
Kanye as well. And I'm from the sampling, like I love sampling, because sometimes there's ideas that you can't really play them in that way, and it's one of the things that we bring back the legends and breathe a new life into their work. And so, like for me, copyright it's very important for artists to understand their rights and their ownership of what it is that they create, and how that can actually take you to the next level.
That's really important, what you've said, for artists to know what they are worth. In as much as maybe you're starting a project, maybe you need to see the ripple effect before you sign the dollar.
Exactly.
And just talking about fashion and... you are okay today. Leo ndo naonanika umevaa kama mimi.
Leo bana. Pigiwa simu nikamwambia uko wapi?
Uko wapi? Because Blinky is big on design. Like when you're doing your gigs. When I meet you randomly, like you're always wearing something original, something from... You can tell that this is something that was thought of.
Ina wengi.
Like always enda Gikosh upate. Okay, Gikosh pia always pata na wengi, but just talk to us about what fashion means to you, and we are also going to talk about your influences growing up, because you said in previous interviews with Pan-African music, I saw you talking about how your dad's music really influenced who you are, and also your mom's music. Just give us the finer details about this thing.
Fashion. So there was this time I've traveled a lot, and I think fashion really represents the soul of a people. And you can see, like, I remember this one time I was in Japan. I'm watching even shows, they just dress nice. They look like they're from a magazine cover. But also
Japan are extra.
They're extra.
Japan,
but even just...
But they're so dope. Like, the guys dress in heels, and it's not awkward or queer.
But it's like...
it's just fashion.
It's they're expressing themselves, and you express as an artist. You express yourselves in the music. You express yourself in how you dress. You express yourself in the choices that you make that make like resonate with your spirit, you know. But also you go to Kampala and you see them dressed in their outfit. You go to Turkana, they're dressed in how their culture, like the things that they love about their culture that represents them. So that's always my thought with regards to fashion. And with regards to my musical influences, it's a lot, bruh. I think I've played with more music genres than I have jazz records, I have hip-hop records, I have dance records, I've really covered a lot of ground. And so, like, Michael Jackson is an influence, Bob Marley is an influence, Kanye West is an influence, Just Blaze as a producer is an influence. When I'm listening to South African music right now, Focalistic is a big influence. I love how the kids in Shamra Shamra Mbuzi Gang,
Oh, nice.
how they rode that beat is incredible. So, like, my influences just vary. Maliniko, nikisikia kitu kali, that's what I'm gonna vibe with.
Yeah, that's extra. Let's talk a little bit about what you're watching right now. It's like my question for every guest who comes in.
Really?
Like, what are you watching, or what's your go-to? Do you have like an old movie that you particularly like? What are your movie nights like?
I've just finished this show called Snowfall.
Snowfall.
Yeah, it's insanely good. It's about the crack era in the 80s in LA. But it's also shot really well. So it's a really great story. But also, I love this new movement with regards to videographers where they shoot black skin and it looks
Black.
in a cup pour.
In a cup.